Hey everybody, Coily Diaries back with another video. 3 months went by like that. Can you believe it? May 13th, 2021, you and I made a decision to go on a 3-month protective style challenge. Why? Because we love our hair and because we love length and we want more length. So I'm here to talk about my results, how my hair is doing, how long it is, and because I didn't actually measure my hair before the challenge, sorry guys, I've got tape today so I can actually measure my hair today for you guys because I know a lot of you want to know the exact inches, etc. So that's my way of saying sorry, I do not have before pictures. But anyway, enough talk. If you're new to this channel, please join the family, subscribe, click that notification bell, share this video. Don't miss out on videos that I post twice a week, not Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays. If you're interested in this video, keep watching. So, protective styling is not a new thing. We know it. It works. It works to retain length. The question is, why does it work? Well, you're not touching your hair. That's why it works. You are not touching your hair. That's why it works. I'll let that sink in because a lot of people are still looking for the magic product, which is really sad. This challenge obviously has been successful because I have grown my hair personally. If you haven't seen my takedown of my 3-month cornrows, I'll put a link above. It's fun. And it's an important one to watch because the takedown of your protective styles is as crucial as protective styling itself. Anyway, doing this challenge has taught me 2 main things. Not that I didn't know them, but this is definitely experience-based. I have experienced it, and I'm sure some of you have experienced it as well. 2 major things are crucial to growing your hair. The first one is leaving your hair alone, because that reduces manipulation and breakage, and believe me, it's the main reason our hair never gets to our butts. Second thing is gentle manipulation and detangling. So when you do take down your 3-month protective style, the takedown is so important that you need to actually book it in, set some time aside. Take your time, do it. Before we move on, I just wanted to clarify that I do not recommend keeping in one particular long-term protective style for longer than 2 months. When I say I kept my cornrows in for 3 months, that's because I could access them, wash them, and deep condition. If the protective style that you have does not allow you to access your hair and your scalp directly, the maximum I would leave any protective style in for is 2 months. After 2 months, you want to wash your hair, detangle, deep condition, and all of that goodness. Let it rest for a couple of weeks before putting the next long-term protective style. All in all, 2 months is the maximum I would leave any protective style in. A lot of you guys are in my DMs. Look, I've tried this, I've tried that. I've given up on my hair, it's not growing. And I say to some of you guys, try 2 things. Protective style your hair, and detangle gently when you take your protective styles down. I promise you will see length. Obviously, unless there's a medical condition, you will see length and health because your ends are tucked away. Obviously, while you're in the protective style, you want to moisturize, you want to cleanse, all that stuff is still important. If you can have access to your scalp, even better. So you can do scalp massages, etc. But the moral of the story is that 2 main things need to happen. You need to leave your hair alone and you need to detangle gently. Manage, manipulate, handle your hair like an egg, very gently. It's as fragile as the word itself. It looks like it's tough, like when you just look at 4C hair, like my hair. It looks like it can withstand a lot, but quite the opposite. So that's that. So the reason I'm a huge advocate for long-term protective styles, which means 2 months at a maximum. If you can go longer, you should, but then you have to swap your style. So take it down, wash, deep condition, and then put the protective style in again. But the reason I'm a strong advocate for long-term protective styles is because You can do twists, okay, braids with your own hair, tuck it in, or cornrows, etc. But your hair is still exposed, number one. Number two, they do not last as long, which means you end up manipulating your hair more often than you would if you had like braids or added hair in the hair, because the added hair helps protect your hair, helps keep the style in for longer. So for me, long-term protective styles with added hair work the best. Eventually, I'm hoping that once my hair is long enough to what I like, and when I master my routine, etc., I will probably take a backseat with regards to added hair. But for now, I use added hair, braids, twists, crochets, wigs, my trusty headband wig, you know it. So during this challenge, obviously I was wearing a weave. For those who don't know, I wore a weave for 2 months. Yes, 2 months. It was a frontal lace. I had that weave because my brother was getting married, so I wanted something chic, something cute, which I did, and decided to sort of, make it last longer because, it's not cheap. But generally I don't do weaves. I would encourage crochet, maybe braids, maybe twists, or the headband wig, which you guys have seen me talk a lot about it on this channel. So for 2 months I had the weave. I did wash it. I've done a video about the care of the weave, the takedown of the weave, and the takedown of the cornrows, so go check those videos out. But then for the last month of the challenge, or the protective style challenge, I wore the headband wig most of the time. So I left the cornrows on, so I'd wash them, deep condition, scalp massage, everything. But then I would keep putting the headband wig over for the remainder of the challenge. So for a whole month, I was wearing the headband wig. And that's what I did. Comment below what you did for the whole 3 months, what styles you wore, how did you find the management of them, what's your hair feeling like, what's your length doing, girl? I mean, it can't be bad news. It has to be good news. And guys, to think that I was bald less than 4 years ago. I'm not 4 years post-chop yet. I'll be 4 years in September. End of September to be exact. I was bald, like zero hair. I'll put some pictures for you guys to see, but I had no hair just, almost 4 years ago. And now my hair, do you want to see what my hair is? Do you want to see my hair? Okay, let's show you some strands, guys, because I know that's what you're here for, the length check. I can't say there's anything particularly different with the texture of my hair, etc. None of that, but length. My hair is just as it always has been, just longer. And of course, less single strand knots, because you're not in your hair dealing with it all the time, allowing it to tangle. Like, if you are struggling with single strand knots, try long-term protective styling. Imagine if you do protective styles for a whole year, for example. So I got my math wrong trying to explain to you guys how you can do protective styles for a full year. But in a nutshell, you can try this out and do protective styles every 2 months of the year. That is long-term protective styles with added hair, so braids, crochets, twists, things like that. Rest for a couple of weeks, take down your long-term protective style very gently before putting it back into another protective style. The only time you're really manipulating your hair is in between styles. Can you imagine how much length you retain? Like, seriously, can you imagine how much length you retain? Some of you come to me and say, look, how come we never grew our hair when we were younger, to our butts, etc., but we used to do braids, cornrows, and fishtail, whatever. The problem was the takedown. The problem was the takedown and what you did to install the style. So a lot of times before you get braids or those little Masai tiny little twists, I don't know if you guys know those ones, the ones I'm talking about. I had those ones before. I cried. They were so painful. Anyway, for you to install your protective style in the past, you blow your hair carelessly, okay? Snatch it, break it, no deep condition, no protein treatment, no heat protectant, breakage. That's what happened. You put your protective style in, which is tight. You don't take care of your hair while you have the protective style. And then you take it down roughly. If it's a weave, you even end up cutting some of your hair. I did it. If you're honest, I'm sure you've done it at some stage. Be honest. And then quick takedown, wash, rough wash, and then blow dry, and then back into a protected style. Like, that is detrimental. Those practices were detrimental. And if you're still doing that, if you still feel pain when you're dealing with your hair, you're doing it wrong. I'll just put it out there. Get friendly with your fingers. Handle your hair, feel the texture. Run your fingers in there, get used to your hair. It's like a self-care thing. You know, cherish it. That's what God gave you. It's never gonna change. Might as well embrace it. Anyway, preaching's over. Let's get into the length check. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you are encouraged on your own natural hair journey. Be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell, and be sure to share this video if you care. Until next time, bye.